Hey guys, great afternoon. Happy Friday to everyone. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are, fired up, right? And always focus on the positive thing and all the things that are going right and not on the things that are going wrong because it's a lot of that going on right now as well too. But anyways, I wanted to make this video and, I kind of wanted to share with you guys, my top books, right, that I highly recommend. I know people always ask me, hey, what are your favorite books? And honestly, as you can see, I have a picture of my library. This is actually my library. I'm recording this on Zoom, but I took a picture of my library and I put it right here so you guys can see. And I've read a lot of books, okay? And I have a lot of great books that I've read. But what I did is I kind of took like the top 10 books that I would recommend to every single person that I meet. There's more books than that, okay, that I can actually recommend you guys that are great. And by the way, there's not one perfect book for one person, okay? You're gonna have to read a lot of different things, and not every book is the right book for every person. Meaning, some people can get more out of another book than another book, right? That somebody else may recommend. And so the only way you can figure that out is by reading a lot of books and getting to know some of these authors and what they write, and definitely where you are in life and what you can do, okay? So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to go over my top 10 recommended books. Again, man, it was tough. I had my wife kind of help me out, narrow it down to the top 10. It was tough because there were some great books that were left out. And by the way, I'm not going to go from 1 through 10. They're all number ones, okay? So the order that I'm showing you guys doesn't really matter. I'm not going to tell you read one before the other. Whichever one out of these 10 that you decide to read, I promise you will be number one. Some of you probably already read some of these books, which is great. And some of you maybe might have not heard of some of these books, but I'll recommend them to you. And hopefully this video helps. And what I'm thinking of doing is maybe doing a second part with my next top 10, okay? Because I have so many of them that I can recommend to you guys. I think I'm going to do another top 10 or another second top 10 after this video. Also, stay till the end, okay? I have a little book giveaway at the end of this video, so you definitely want to stick to the end so you know what it is. And today is Friday. I'm probably going to do it Friday. Today is the 28th. I'm probably going to do it for the next couple of days, okay? Maybe a day, maybe two, I don't know. We'll see, but I'm going to give away a book at the end, and I'm going to tell you which book it is here towards the end. And it's definitely is one of the books that are in this top 10 right here. So you're definitely going to want to stick around and see what I'm going to do next. All right, so let's start. First one, The Four Agreements, okay? Phenomenal book. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz, okay? It's called The Four Agreements. I really believe this is one of the books that every single person in the world needs to read, especially this times, okay? The Four Agreements is a great book. I think I read it in like a couple of days. I know my wife read it in a day. It's an easy read, but I'm telling you, it's a phenomenal book. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, okay? It's the first book that I would recommend you guys. All right, the next one, it's called The Richest Man in Babylon, okay? I read this book at least 3 times, and I read this book maybe 15, 16 years ago. And till this day, it's one of my all-time favorites, The Richest Man in Babylon. And I couldn't find it in my library. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened to my book? So luckily I was able to find it. It was hidden in between 2 other big books, but phenomenal book. It's by George Clason, Richest Man in Babylon. If you haven't read this book, you got to go pick it up, okay? All right, leadership books, okay? I remember asking my coach, right, hey, what's the first book I should read on leadership? And without a hesitation, he said, Developing the Leader Within You by John Maxwell, okay? Developing the Leader Within You by John Maxwell. John C. Maxwell has phenomenal leadership books. And if you're in any position of leadership, whether you're in our business or any job, really doesn't matter. I think every person has some sort of leadership role that they play in their life. And so this is a phenomenal book. I know that he wrote volume 2.0. I don't have that one yet. From what I heard from John Maxwell is that it's 80% brand new material, but it's a phenomenal book, okay? All right, the next book I'll recommend to you guys is called The Art of Living by Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor has phenomenal material, whether there's videos, seminars, and he also has books. And he has a lot of great books, but this by far is it's my favorite book by Bob Proctor. It's called The Art of Living, and it's again by Bob Proctor. Great book, easy read, and I promise you, you cannot go wrong with this book, okay? The next one is a classic. I'm sure some of you might have heard it before and maybe read it before, but I read this book years ago, probably 18 years ago, and it's one of those books that you got to go back and reread every year. It's called Think and Grow Rich, right? And I think a lot of the times people, you know, when you hear a book, right, you're like, oh yeah, that's a played out book. No, this book is phenomenal. And the reality is that people, and I think I just did that mistake, people misread the title of the book, okay? They call it Think and Grow Rich, and it's not Think and Grow Rich, it's Think and Grow Rich, okay? Think and Grow Rich. Look at it again. It's not Think and Grow Rich, it's Think and Grow Rich. And this is by, of course, Napoleon Hill. Phenomenal book, you can't go wrong. Next one, phenomenal book, Skills with People by Les Giblin. Look how thin this book is, probably about $6 on Amazon. Skills with People by Les Giblin. The key to this book is to read it once a day for 21 straight days. And I promise you, you can learn so much about people by reading this book right here. So if you deal with people, if you have some sort of position in your company, your job, or in general, right? Because we deal with people in general every single day. Skill with People by Les Giblin. Once a day, every day for 21 straight days. That's the key to read this book, okay? Next one's a book that I don't know if a lot of you guys have heard of it before. I purchased this book one time at a convention, I think, and I know there's a couple people on our team that has it, but I promise you this book is just amazing, and it will help you change your mind on a lot of things and really the way you think, okay? It's called The Miracle of the Right Thought, okay? And it's by Orison Swett Marden. The Miracle of the Right Thought, okay? And it's by Orison Swett Marden. It's written like Old English letter. I forget what year this book was published, probably in the early 1900s, but I promise you till this day, it's one of my phenomenal books, okay? The Miracle of the Right Thought by Orison Swett Marden. And I promise you, man, it's a phenomenal book. And again, any of these books that you pick up first, you cannot go wrong with it. Whatever position you're in, you're definitely going to get a lot out of this book. Next one, The Magic of Thinking Big. I can't tell you how many things I do today that I learned from this book, even though I read it years ago. I started rereading it a few months back and I didn't finish it because I picked up another book. But The Magic of Thinking Big, and it's by David Schwartz, okay? Dr. David Schwartz, The Magic of Thinking Big. If you're in business, you definitely got to get this book. You definitely got to read it, and you definitely got to apply everything he tells you in here. The Magic of Thinking Big, phenomenal book. All right, next one. It's called The Dream Giver. This is definitely one of my phenomenal books by Bruce Wilkinson. I don't know if you guys have heard about it before, but this is a great book for a lot of you guys that are definitely trying to do something different or something better in life. It's a phenomenal book. You have to read it, okay? And again, you're going to get something phenomenal out of it. I promise you, I will never, ever recommend a book that I knew everybody couldn't get something from it. So any of these books, everybody can get something from it, okay? The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. The Dream Giver, okay? And last but not least is a book that I read, which, you know what? I don't think this book ever became famous. I know I picked it up one day at a thrift store and the title seemed catchy, right? And I said, well, you know what? I'll read it, right? I got nothing to lose. I think I paid like 50 cents. It's probably the best 50 cents I've ever paid in my life for a book. And it really changed the way I look at things, right? And it's called The Go-Getter, okay, by Peter B. Kine. In fact, that's how our team is called, the Guzman Go-Getters. If you guys ever see me do Triple G, that's what that's for. It's the Guzman Go-Getters. And this is really where I got the name from, the Go-Getter, because it's a story of a person that just did not give up. You know, he always went out there and he got it, right? And it tells you the story that tells you how to become one, how to become a go-getter. And that's really what we want in life. We want to go get things and not wait for things to come to us. So anyways, that's my best top 10, the go-getter, right? And again, last but not least, and this is, again, a book that, and I got more. I got autobiographies like you can't believe. They're phenomenal autobiographies, you know, from every walk of life, right? That you can pick up and read and help you really change your life. But here's what I'm going to do, you guys. Out of these top 10 books, I have an extra copy of this one right here. It's called The Dream Giver. And I promise you, whichever one of you guys win this book, you're going to thank me a lot, okay? Because it's a phenomenal book. And again, it's not like one of those famous books like Think and Grow Rich or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? That gets publicized all the time. But it's a phenomenal book that'll help you change your life. It's called The Dream Giver. I got an extra copy of it, and I'm going to give it away. Here's how I'm going to do it, okay? I'm going to post this video on my Instagram page, okay? And my Instagram TV, okay? And when you watch this video, all I want you to do is to share it, okay? Just to share it. You have the little arrow, share it, put it on your story, right? So people can see it and tag me on it. And what I'm going to do for the next 24, 48 hours, you know, I'm going to make a note of every single person that shares this video that I'm making today and that tags me on it. And then I'm going to select one of you guys, right? At a random, okay? And you guys are going to get this book, okay? I might throw in, I don't know, another book. I might do top 2 because I got an extra one of this one right here too. So I might save it for my other top 10. But for sure, this one, for sure, this one right here, The Dream Giver. So all you have to do, watch the video, share it, put it on your story, make sure you tag me on it. That's how I know that you were able to share my video, because you tagged me on it. And then for the next 24, 48 hours, you know, the next, maybe today's Friday. So I'll post this video Friday afternoon, maybe Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. I might pick somebody just to give people maybe a day or two in case I don't get to watch this video for the next day or two. So anyways, you guys, that's my top 10 recommended reading for you guys. And again, not one's better than the other one. I think they're all number one. They're all great. And once again, I will never recommend a book to you guys that I knew you couldn't get something great out of it. So I hope that helped. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I hope you guys are staying positive. I love you guys. Anything I can do for you, please reach out. Let me know. Love you. Have a great day and take care. See ya.